everybody. My name is Miss Emily. I am one of the children's programmers at Frederickson Library, and I am also the facilitator of our newest book club called K.I.N.D. And we want to welcome you and thank you for joining us. We're very excited to have filled up this program for January completely. And if anybody doesn't know, K.I.N.D Club stands for Kids Interested in Novels of Diversity. And now, for anybody who doesn't know what diversity means, when we say that, we mean we get to learn about people and places that are from different cultures that may be different from our own. So one of the ways we get to do that, one of our favorite ways at the library, of course, is through books. So every month for K.I.N.D Club, we're going to read a different book. Throughout the school year, it's probably going to be a graphic novel. And then during the summer, we'll probably try to read a few novels. And each of them is going to feature a different culture that may be unfamiliar to us. And for this month, we are starting with Stargazing, a graphic novel by Jen Wang. Now, I wanted to just tell you a little bit about this book. Each of you will get a copy of this when you come into the library to pick up your grab-and-go bag for the program, which you will then sign out at the children's desk, and then you can return when you're done. And so Stargazing is a beautiful story about two kids here. You can see we have Moon and Christine, and they both come from Chinese American families. That means their families might be from China, some people in their family, but they currently are living in America. But even though they belong to the same culture, they are very different kids, right? So Christine has pretty strict parents who expect her to get perfect grades, to practice violin, and to go to her Chinese classes to learn the Chinese language. Whereas Moon's family is a lot more relaxed, and they let her kind of be a free spirit. So Moon loves to do things like draw. She likes to dance and paint her nails, and she really loves to imagine that she has friends in the stars. And that's a big reason why this book is called Stargazing. And one of the biggest challenges for Moon and Christine happens when Moon goes through a personal problem that she needs Christine's support with. And you'll get to see in the story what that is and how they work through it together to improve their friendship. So I really hope you like this story. And I also wanted to tell you about a couple other things that you'll find in your grab-and-go bag. So you'll find a little packet here. The first page should be this discussion sheet. So here are a couple questions that you can discuss with your family or friends while you're reading or after you read the story. And if you'd like, there are also some written reflection activities you can do after you read the story to kind of, engage more with the book and do some fun learning activities. So that's the first sheet. The second sheet you'll find, this is called a cultural representation reflection. And this sheet in particular is all about really getting to know the culture of the book. So we talked a little bit about how their families are Chinese American and how that might be different from your culture, right? Or my culture too. So there are some reflection questions on the front and back of that. And then the last part of your packet here are just some vocabulary words that you might not know from the book. If you do, that's great. But if not, there's a guide here from vocabulary.com that can help you with any words that you might not know. All right, so that's the paper packet you'll find in your bag. And the other thing is a little craft. Now, this is really cute. We And you, if you would like, are going to make constellation jars, which I thought was perfect for a book called Stargazing, right? So as part of this craft, you will find a sheet here with some constellations, all right? And those are conveniently colored and labeled for you so you know what they are, which is pretty cool. You're gonna find a little sheet of aluminum foil, okay? And as I mentioned in your instructions in the bag, if this gets too wrinkled or ripped or damaged, if you have some at home, feel free to rip out another one for you to use, okay? It doesn't need to be the one that was provided. And then you'll also find a little foam sheet, which you are going to use as your base when you're poking holes, because we want to make sure that if you're using a sharp object like the safety pin, you don't want it to go through to whatever surface you're working on, okay? So this is going to be on the bottom. Then you're going to put your tin foil, and then you're going to put your constellation sheet on top of the tin foil, okay? So it's going to be your three things here: foam sheet, foil, and constellation sheet. And then you're going to want to get out your safety pin. I have just a little paper clip here, but you should have a safety pin in your bag. And then using the dots here that you can see on the constellations, you're gonna poke a hole into each one of those dots, okay? And make sure that your paper sheet is over your foil sheet, okay? Because we want the holes to go in the foil. So once you've poked all the holes for all the constellations, and you'll see it there on your sheet, they have like little dots that you can poke out, okay? Then you will have some foil with holes in it. I don't know if you can see it too well on the video, but this foil here, I put it in my jar after I poked the holes in it, right? So once you poke the holes in the foil, you're just gonna go ahead and roll it up into like a little cylinder and then stick it into the jar so that it lines the jar, okay? And then what do you think we're gonna put inside to make it light up and look like constellations, huh? You should each have one of these tea lights that looks like this. And then of course we're gonna wanna turn that on so it's glowing, right? And then put it right in the jar. Whoops, mine fell over, that's okay. And then you can put the lid back on the jar if you'd like. And of course you're gonna have the best effect on this, right, if you turn the lights off. And like I said in the instruction sheet too, if you would like to create more holes in the foil or larger holes, which can be the stars around the constellations, right, you're welcome to do that. That'll make it a little brighter because there will be some more holes for the light to come through. All right, so make it your own, you know, feel free to adjust however you need to make your lovely constellation jar. All right, I know I'm gonna put mine next to my bed, I think, as a little night light. So that is about all for this month's book pick. I hope you all enjoy Stargazing, and if you ever want to come into the library and talk about it, I am there most afternoons. And otherwise, I hope you enjoy discussing it with your family and friends, and I hope that we see you back in the library soon, and stay posted for next month's book pick, all right? So we will see you soon, and have a wonderful week, everyone. Bye!